TMDK hit Coriolis at one point in this match. Like they tried to bust out Thunder Valley in this match, their finisher from when they were in WWE. And again, it's absolutely tremendous. Like both these teams have such a cohesion with each other. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to NJPW Puroresu Review. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here is the taco princess herself, Melball. How you doing, Melball?
On one hand, now I'm hungry. On second hand, what kind of tacos?
The Alex Zane kind of tacos.
Okay, that I can deal with. I am doing fantastic, man. I just came off of a heavy leg day, so my butt hurts. Ready to talk some wrestling here. How are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. We've been recording shows. I got more shows. I got to record on my own after this for Chop Talk, but that's actually going to be coming out. This already come out. We're doing a bunch of recording in one day because we're trying to be very efficient because we are very busy people.
We are a little busy, and it's starting to get nice outside. So we actually want to, be out there when we're not going to be coming icicles.
We get like 3 months of the year for it, so up in the northern winter tundra of Canada.
We complain. It's not that terrible up here, but we complain.
Yeah, but I want to thank everybody that's been commenting in the videos. I want to really thank everybody for helping us get to 100 subscribers on the channel. That has been absolutely phenomenal. So thank all of you so very, very, very much for that. I should have mentioned it on the last video, but I did not. So thank you all so very much for helping us get to 100 subscribers. We want to keep going. We want to keep building. Thank you all so much. And all the great comments we've been getting from you. We love hearing from you. We love talking wrestling. All of you that have been reaching out, a lot of the new people coming in, a lot of new fans, thank you so much for checking us out and commenting and being part of this. And then to everybody that's been with us for so long, Common Ground MTG, I'm talking to you. I know you've been around for a good long while with us, so thank you also. I want to thank all of you for all the great things you've been saying to us, and we love hearing from you. But we are here to talk some New Japan. Are you ready for some Road to Dontaku? But the stop at Wrestling Satsuma no Kuni. I don't know what that means, but okay.
We'll have to find out what that means, but the graphic looks cool.
Yeah, honestly, amazing graphic, but yeah, I have no idea what it means. But we're going to kick it off. It is Bishamon taking on the team of Oleg, Boltin, and Toru Yano. I don't have a name for these guys because, again, one's pale, one's goofy. I don't know what to call them.
Goof Troop.
Sure. We got Bishamon taking on Goof Troop. Dude, Oleg running down Goto and Hashi at the start of this, just like barrels over them. I'm like, yep, this is going to be a showcase for him. But then Yano gets in pretty early, gets rid of brings the corner pad in, and just all the random bullcrap that he does. But Bishamon end up taking him down, gets a hip tosses Yoshi-Hashi on, and he gets the fucking war drums.
Yeah. And I thought for the longest time that the problem was Okada, and now I'm realizing the problem is Yoshi-Hashi. They just look terrible. Stop doing them. It makes the team look kind of like a joke. And like Yano kind of does that enough on his own. He doesn't need any help. He's efficient. He got the long intro for that reason of efficiency. Oleg a freaking fridge. Like he's just built massive. His look actually quite suits him. He like, as weird as it is, he's almost like a new age, maybe slightly smaller, less tatted up Brock Lesnar. I feel like his look is very, very similar and comparable to it. As long as he keeps his hair short, I think he'll probably, again, I have to make the Kitamura reference here. He reminds me exactly of him. That speed, that power, that flexibility. I see him doing very, very well in this company.
Yeah. Again, I thought he did absolutely tremendous here.
Hmm.
Um, but Yano pulling the hair of Goto to break himself away from Goto. He literally pulled his hair. Like, what the shit, dude?
I
Again,
mean, we know that Yano is into like bondage and hair pulling now, right?
I guess so. Oleg hitting a beautiful belly to belly suplex to Goto, and it gets
Hmm.
the Boston Crab, but Yoshi-Hashi breaks it up. Lariat leg sweep combo by Bishamon. They get Shota onto Oleg. They get the win. Again, short,
Hmm.
but a good showcase for Oleg Boltin.
Hmm. Something also interesting to note with Oleg is that it took four forearms from Yoshi-Hashi to Oleg's
Mm.
one. Which, I mean, Oleg, obviously, he's not coming into this company a junior. That's for damn sure. But, Bishamon, arguably one of the bigger tag team titles on the heavyweight kind of side there. So it's interesting to see the struggle Yoshi-Hashi had there.
Yeah, because Yoshi-Hashi is outsized by Oleg. I wanted to say Oscar, but
100%.
yeah, and even when with the Boston Crab, it took him a few shots for them to
To get
break
it
it.
to
Like it's
release,
that
yeah.
he's sitting there kind of like, mm, and then he's getting hurt
Hmm.
after like the third or fourth. Then he's getting to break it. But yeah,
Hmm.
again, I very much was impressed with Oleg with
Hmm.
Oleg Boltin in this one.
100%.
We move on. Second match of the night. It is a tag team match. It's
Was
Oscar
it though?
Leube. It was advertised as one because we barely saw Umino in this match. Like
Hmm.
he was in and out, and then it was really a giant handicap match, like 4-on-2, with
Hmm.
Shota kind of just being kept on the outside for a majority of it. Um,
100%.
Oscar Leube, Shota Umino taking on House of Torture, Evil, and Yujiro Takahashi. House Torture attack for the bell as usual. Same crap, but Leube gets like tries to suplex like Yujiro here, but he bites him out, and I'm like, ew, stop biting people. It's gross. You don't know. You don't know. Loibe's new. You don't know where his thumbs have been. You don't know where his hands have been. You don't know. He's one of the young boys.
Hmm.
The history
Hmm.
of young boys in Japan, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust biting his hand.
Yeah, and especially that thumb bum spot came out of a lot of Japanese wrestlers there. I mean, if that's what they're teaching them.
Yeah. And then like sends him to the floor. House Torture gangs up on him. So Shota tries to make a save, and they take him down. It's just like, God damn it! Like House of Torture, I hate you so
Mhm.
goddamn much. Um, Leube getting a beautiful big boot though in
Mm,
there, like really good. The
mm,
guy's got like his ability to lift those legs up because again, tall boy, big long legs, like he can smash you in the face very easy with a big boot.
mhm, mhm. 100%. I've actually referenced in the past his legs are very much like a superhuman superhero comic book, kind of like a Superman kind of thing, where his legs are almost like a time and a half longer than the rest of him. You know what I mean? Like he's
Mm-hmm.
almost got that interesting kind of body type. But you're absolutely right. This was like House of Torture back to their House of Torture shit. It's like they can't go more than one show where they're giving us something good
Mm.
before they're back to their regular nonsense. Something I noted in this show, since Show and Yo have separated, we saw Yo kind of be that little muty thing. And then his joining with Leo Rush has been, very positive for him. Show immediately joined up with House of Torture, and I'm just like still waiting on him to figure out what it is that he should be doing. Because his over animation, like when someone should be going, oh, he's sitting there like, it's like, he takes it to a level of Ibushi
Oh.
and then some. And the more I see it, the more I hate it. It's like you are not even involved in this match. Why are you being so over the top sensational to draw attention to yourself? Let the people in the ring have their thing. If they can't figure it out, that's not a you problem. If you're not
Mm.
involved, leave it alone. But he was everything that he was doing in this, he was doing just so over the top. They had the their abdominal stretch that they freaking do where they're holding on to people, and there's freaking Sho just reefing and acting like he's really giving her hard, and it's like, yo, why are you acting like you're in some kind of tug of war wrestling craziness, and your partners are just literally sitting there going, yeah, we're doing stuff. Like, you're up here, everyone else is down here. We need to find some kind of common ground closer to each other. Something I had mentioned in the last video also, Shota's a little too much, becoming a lot like Tanahashi. I really, really saw it in this match in particular with how he was wrestling. His wrestling style when he was in the ring was very, very similar to Tanahashi, to the point where it was like he was almost wrestling like Tanahashi now, not Tanahashi at 20. Before he was wrestling like Tanahashi at 20. This one, he was like almost like stiff and stuck and losing his way a little bit. So the things that should be going instantaneously were taking a few more seconds, and it started to look, maybe the term is laggy. It wasn't quite, the timing was very off with him. And I don't know if it was just a thing that happened at that moment, because it happens. You just get off and you can't get back onto it, or the House of Torture bullshit. I don't know what it was, but
I think,
just weird.
I think it's House of Torture bullshit, and he's working with guys who Yujiro slow in his own right, evil when he wants to work, he's good, but he doesn't want to work right now, so he's not working that well. So he's having to like kind of hold up. I think part of it's him holding up for shit they're doing. The fact that it's House of Torture bullcrap, so he can't get his stuff in. Again, I think it's a situational match more than anything. Because the night of the 27th, he wrestled very well when he was such a mishmash of styles, but he wrestled very well. It's just, yeah, he's gotta commit to something, and you gotta be a little bit. I think it's the opponents more than anything in this one. But in the end, Leube gets the slam, gets the Boston Crab onto Yujiro, but Evil distracts the ref. Togo garrots Leube. Sho hits him with the wrench, and Yujiro gets pimp juice, gets the win. I think that's it.
Spinning body slam by Leube on Yujiro is freaking perfect.
Absolutely. Leube, I think, is, of all young lions right now, he's my hope. My great white hope.
He's your Superman.
He's my big pale hope. Like I really think this kid has got, like, if you watch his facials, they're not quite there yet, but he's got expressiveness. He has the fire. He can keep his legs under him. As how big he is, he can keep his legs under him. So I think this kid, if he sticks around, will have a great future with New Japan. But he's one of those guys that I could see WWE trying to scoop at some point, being that once he gets well trained enough, and if he becomes expressive enough, they wanted Hikuleo before he got good. So we don't know. WWE makes interesting decisions. So, but I can see it because he's
Vinci.
Yeah, but I could see him getting pulled because he has that raw talent in him, and it's just going to be nurturing and making him awesome.
Thank goodness he didn't end up there. I don't think we would like him nearly as much.
No, I'm saying they wanted Hikuleo before he got good. That's what I'm saying, and now they still want him.
I don't think I would have liked him either.
God no. Yeah, Leube, I think, is going to do absolute wonders in this company. 100%. It's going to be, I think, it could be a great Gaijin talent for this company. And again, a big boy Gaijin talent. I think it could exceed what Fale did easily, because I think he's far more in a better position in ring wise. Because again, I love Fale. He is our life coach. But Leube has that ability to be a great big man for this company.
Was it Leube or Oleg who came from Fale Dojo?
Leube, because Oleg came over from the Kazakhstan national team. Yeah, yeah, probably why. That's probably it. Because again, there's that influence of the Fale Dojo and Tony Kazina. I love that guy. Great trainer. We move on. It's a 6-man tag. Oskar Leube. Wrong part. Sorry, I didn't scroll down. Six-man tag. International Jet Setters Kevin Knight and Kushida teaming up with the Kokeshi himself, Tomoaki Hanma, taking on United Empires, Aaron Hinari, Francesco Akira, and TJP, also known as Catch 22. Akira and TJP attacking for the belt, and Akira mainly looked pissed off, especially if the Jet Setters were taking their titles. Yeah, I really liked the fire that those two had at the start, especially Akira. Yeah, again, really just fun match. Like Knight flying everywhere, Akira flying everywhere, getting tossed.
Hanma was flying everywhere.
And then Hanma flying everywhere, dude. It was just a fun, big, great match. Hanma misses a Kokeshi to Hinari, and then Hinari unloads his kick into his back. I'm just like, ugh. And then he goes for ultimate, but Kushida breaks it up. But yeah, Kushida holding Hinari down so Hanma can hit the Kokeshi. I was just like, yeah, Kokeshi. But
it's always a joy when he hits a Kokeshi.
Yeah, but the finish comes headbutts by Hinari to Hanma, and he gets the ultimate and gets the win by submission. Not really surprised here with the finish, because again, when you see Hanma in a match, a lot of the time he's the guy probably taking the pin.
Yeah, he's just there to kind of get the crowd riled up, make them happy. Because like, look, he's just his presence makes us happy. And like just coming out of there, seeing the smile on his face when he comes out from the back, it just makes me so. It's a joy. But yes, unfortunately, usually where Hamna is involved right now, he's in that legend status where his job is kind of to go in and make the young guys look good. And man, did he ever! I mean, he spent a lot of time in there with TJP, a lot also when TJP was in this. And I always get scared when I see guys going in with a bandage. Whether it's tape, whether it's something hiding a cut or something, I always get scared because it's they're sweating, they're moving around, they're dragging their faces across each other. Like I expected that bandage to be removed, and I expected to see blood again. That bandage was so well preserved throughout that match. Preserve the pretty face, right?
Yeah, gotta keep that face pretty because scars make you look ugly.
The DDT that he took though from Hamna, like I did hold my breath. Like I was just like, that was the double team that Hamna was able to pull off there on Akira and TJP. Again, I held my breath, but man, sold it like a mamma jamma, took it like a champ. They did so good. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say on that.
I got nothing else. But again, really fun 6-man, just fun. I really enjoyed it, and I'd love to fire from Akira in this match.
And Hanari does not look like that anymore.
Who? Oh, Hanari, yeah. Well, they haven't taken a new picture yet. That's the problem.
No.
They need to take new pictures. Move on to the United Empire versus TMDK. It's Great Khan Gefka versus Kosei Fujita, the Ichiban Sweet Boy, and the frontman Jack Sabre Jr. Okay, at the start of this, I was really kind of confused because Khan's making plays to grab at Sabre's belt. And I was like, are they trying to like sell this? But I'm like, wait, no, Cobb's challenging on the 3rd though. So I'm like, why the fuck are you playing for the belt? Like, so I'm like, is this a route you go if Cobb doesn't win? That's what I'm wondering. Like, is it Khan maybe going at? But then there's Fujita kind of trying to get at Khan for the British title. Which I was like, there's no way this kid's winning that shit.
No, goodness no. Although, like, he's doing so good. Like, he's performing on a TMDK level. I mean, he has a win for TMDK. So
it's a couple, actually, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, is it stupid to go into the face of the Great Khan? Yeah, obviously. Ichiban Sweet Boy, not Ichiban Smart Boy.
Thought I said sweet. I don't know. I'm crazy.
It is Sweet Boy. It's Ichiban Sweet Boy. It's not Ichiban Smart Boy.
I thought I said sweet. I thought I said. Yeah. Oh, you're saying he's not smart.
That was the joke.
Oh, I thought you said you were correcting me. Oh, okay.
No. No, he's the Ichiban Sweet Boy, not the Ichiban Smart Boy. Yeah, Fujita really getting into the face of Okan in this, and I think again as Okan was taken surprise in the night before, he was I think taken a little surprised by Fujita and how Fujita was able to actually almost match him, technically
Well,
speaking.
well, dude, the fact that Fujita got a calf slicer on Khan that early, like getting the leg
Mhm.
and then putting that calf slicer early, I was like, oh wow, like they're giving
Right?
him some real position here. And then Fujita and Saber getting in there and doing those double team submissions to Khan right after
Mhm.
that. So it's like, okay, there's a real
Mhm.
play here. But then Khan got control again and got a calf slicer, put a calf slicer on Fujita, which I was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's giving it back. I like that.
Yeah, because they were doing the ankle lock and then the wrist lock on Okan, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then, but yeah, Khan sitting on the head of Fujita in the corner. I'm like, come on, he's so tiny. Why are you sitting on his head? It's not nice.
His feet were kicking out underneath him. It was really cute.
And then Cobb surfing on Fujita too.
Oh, yeah, and he tossed Fujita around for a hot minute. I mean,
Yes.
not hard to. He's like a fraction of his size, and like as quick as he is, he was not quick enough to avoid Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb is just as quick as he is big.
Yes. There was a spot though, when Saber was in with Cobb. He pulls the triangle again. He
Mm,
did this on the 27th. He pulled a triangle and they got lifted up and tossed. So Cobb lifts him to toss him again, but Saber releases and drops down on his back and puts him into a rear naked choke. So he
mhm.
knew what was coming. So he's like, readjust, rear naked choke. I was just like, but then Cobb, after a little bit, just grabs him and just yeets him forward off his back.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's going to be a struggle for Saber. I mean, he's not unused to dealing with these kind of behemoth, powerhouse, big
No.
guys. But every once in a while, that speed and that flexibility is just not enough to avoid the grasp and the power of some of these powerhouses. That match will be a very interesting one to see.
Yeah, and then after he threw him up, Cobb jumps up and hits this massive drop kick. I'm like, damn, this guy's got height for his as he's not a tall dude. I've met the guy. He is
Mm?
not tall,
No.
and he gets height on those drop kicks.
Mm-hmm. Big
Yeah,
guy.
when you see Kevin Knight do it, you're like, okay, he's a big old dude. He can get height. But like you see Cobb get the height he does, you're like, how the does he do that?
Mm-hmm. I was
Yeah,
gonna say, I feel like Knight has at least a foot on Cobb in height wise.
probably.
At least.
Cobb's, I think, like my height ish. Like,
I'm 5'3". Everyone's taller than me.
yeah, but no, when I met Cobb, I think he was my height ish. He might have been an inch or two taller than me, but I'm not a tall person. I'm like 5'8",
Hmm.
barely. I'm like right at 5'8".
I feel
And
like
so
he's
like,
billed at 5'8", 5'9".
yeah, so I'm saying I think he's about my height, slightly taller. And the
Mm-hmm.
fact that he gets height like he does, and without, especially with his build. But in
Mm-hmm.
the end, though, rear naked choke suplex by Khan to Fujita. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Khan catches Fujita, gets the sheep killer, gets the win. And then
Mm-hmm.
after the match is where I saw Fujita like yelling and pointing at the British title. And I was like, huh, interesting.
That'll be a long way off there. That'll be a
Yeah.
long way off, sir. And even if it isn't, I don't suspect that we will see the Ichiban Sweet Boy being the champion of the British anytime soon.
I'd be okay with
He
it.
can he can dream of it though.
I'd be okay with it. I'd be perfectly okay with that.
I mean,
The
I would.
champion of the British being a Japanese guy who is trained by one of the best British imports ever. Sure.
Yeah, but you also got to remember this is the Rev Pro Championship. They would want to have somebody who has clout attached to their name. Ichiban Sweet Boy doesn't have any clout attached to his name except for he's a part of TMDK.
That's clout. I guess. I
Uh,
guess.
you're the
But
fall
again,
guy so that the important guys don't have to take the fall.
yeah, again, I really enjoyed this match. I
Mhm.
thought Fujita was exceptional, along with Khan
Mhm.
was just this monster, while being this like just folly to Fujita at points,
Mhm.
but while also
Mhm.
be coming off like an absolute monster.
Mhm.
Yeah. We move on. 8-man tag Chaos is Okada and Ishii, along with Ryohei Oiwa and Togi Makabe taking on Strong Styles at Desperado, Minoru Suzuki and Ren Narita, and Yuto Nakashima.
Mm-hmm. See, I told you Nakashima was there.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
Looking
I
just as
apologize.
beautiful as
I
that.
meant I meant Yoda Suji. Okay, come on, leave me alone. But yeah, I meant Yoda Suji. That's an argument we had on the last show. But this was a okay match. It was really, again, a lot of this was focused into building up the 6-man tag match
Mhm,
at the May 3rd show.
mhm.
But I really thought the biggest focus was Okada and Narita. And the fact
Really?
that I think no matter what comes out of this, whether the titles change, I think we're going to get an Okada Narita singles match at some point down,
Mhm.
and not long from now. Like maybe
Mm.
in the summer, maybe Dominion. I could see them going for a singles match there. I would love
Mm.
to see that.
I agree. I agree with that. And when they were wrestling, like inside the ring, absolutely, yeah. They this feud was definitely on display. I personally felt though that the continued feud between Ishii and
Mm-hmm.
Desperado, especially post match, was
Mm.
really put on display here. And at the beginning, there appeared to be some tension between Awiwa and Nakashima. I don't know what's going on there, but like Uiwa, he seems like the nice boy. We saw him training with Fuwa-chan for
Mm.
the Queendom show. You know, he's kind of been doing his things, but he's like he kind of, I don't know, does is he maybe like really pissy that Fujita has kind of moved on to TMDK. Nakashima has been working fairly consistently with Strong Style in their tag team kind of things. Is Owiwa maybe getting some attitude that he's feeling a little left out?
Well, he gotta remember he was at the same time as Fujita being used by Saber Jr. in that stuff last year. And
Mm-hmm.
when Fujita got absorbed in TNDK, he he had a little bit of like, hey, let
Mm-hmm.
let me in too, and Saber didn't want none of it. And so I think, yeah, he's
Well,
become a little bit of a bitter bitch.
and I get why. I mean, I like Owiwa. I think he's a great wrestler, but I don't think that his style
No,
fits well with TMDK. So I would almost say that that would be not something you really want to shoot for. That being said, though, where else is it left for him to go, realistically, if he does have
House
to
of
join a
Torture.
faction? I mean, heel turn Awiwa, teach frickin' Show how to do better facial expressions. That might help
Yeah, it'd be
him.
great.
You
Learn
know,
how to
I
turn it
wouldn't
down
be
a
mad
little.
about that. I might be initially, but I wouldn't be mad about that in the long run. It might actually end up helping House of Torture instead of making them just be the same old bull crap that they've been. Um, yeah, lots of chaos in this match. Lots of emotion. We're gonna
Oh,
say
there's
lots of
definitely
pissiness.
chaos in this. There's definitely chaos in this. The end
Yeah,
of
it
it,
definitely
Narita.
seems it.
Yeah, at the end of it, Narita gets Cobra Twist onto Oiwa and gets the
Mm-hmm.
win. And then
Mm-hmm.
Desperado attacking Ishii after the bell, and then the whole group is brawling. Just a
Mm-hmm.
crazy brawl after. But again, I'm very much looking forward to the 6-man tag.
100%.
And I'm gonna say it right here because I guess it might have already come out, but it's out. Just came out today. It is Tanahashi joining up with Ishii and Okada for the 6-man title match at Dontaku.
Surprise.
I'm a little underwhelmed to say the least. So,
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah. Because, like, they shouldn't win that match.
they
Just
shouldn't, but
by the addition of Tanahashi there. Um, it kind of upsets me. I'm not going to lose track of what I wanted to say here, though. The brawl that ensued afterwards. Again, I wish I could speak Japanese and know what it was that Ishii was saying to Desperado that got him so incensed that
mm,
when he was laid out, because did you see at the part he was one part where he was laid out on the outside of the ring there by commentary.
mm-hmm.
Ishii just walked by, just strutting whatever, and just kind of barked something in his pit bull language at him. And Desperado didn't even hesitate. He almost kicked up. He got up so quickly over that railing and over everybody around Ishii to start pummeling him again. Whatever ish is going on between them, I would love to see it kind of happen in a singles match. I don't really want to see it in a 6-man tag capacity. I want to see these two go one-on-one again, and I want to see it in a Japanese ring instead of a Japanese ring on American soil.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I would very much like to see another match between the two of them. I think it was that they were absolutely phenomenal the first time, so I think they're going to kill it again. So
100%.
we move on to a repeat of the April 27th show, just with Goto and Jado in the match. Like, legitimately, it's the same shit. It was like nothing felt differently except for the finish. Yeah. Other than the finish, it wasn't different in my opinion. Just you had Goto and Jado in there.
Really. No, I mean the addition of Goto and Jado. I mean them having their own little feud amongst themselves really wasn't anything to showcase. Again, it was just kind of like a re-solidification of Finley and Tama, re-solidification of Kenta and Hikuleo. It really was exactly the same. Yeah,
the real
really different.
Yeah, the real meat to this match was very much the post match. Tama gets the gun stun on Goto, gets the win, but Finley immediately rolls in and smashes him in the back of the head with the shillelagh. And he stands over him, holding up the Never title. And then afterwards, Kenta smacks the crap out of Hikuleo with the kendo stick.
Yeah. I mean, those things hurt. Those things are not fun. And the crowd, I absolutely love that they can speak again.
Yeah. I own 2 kendo sticks, and I've had somebody hit me with one. It fucking hurts a lot.
Yeah, I don't have a bat when someone breaks in. I have a kendo stick.
Yeah, that's why I got mine too. I got mine too in my closet upstairs.
Yeah, those things do not feel good. And the crowd, as I was saying, like absolutely incensed. It's so nice to hear the crowd being able to make noise again, to cheer, to boo. Man, were the boos resounding in this. And it was so nice to see because for so long, the wrestlers have just been kind of doing their thing without the reactions of the crowd and not necessarily knowing what it is, how the crowd is feeling. The booing, I think, fed into the animosity that Finley and Kent and Bullet Club in general was just kind of having right there, and enabled them to have that extra attitude, that extra swagger, that extra we're here, we're in charge kind of attitude. And I loved it. Loved it.
And then after this match, we got the Godzilla video again. Who's coming in? Who's the Godzilla? Now, I had a crazy thought just now. Maybe it's the Big Show. No, I joke. But it also...
As I saw the eye of whatever animal it was, which I'm going to assume is a wolf, because alpha, right? As soon as I thought that, my first thought was Bronson. But I was like, no, he's still very into his contract with WWE. But I'm like, I don't watch WWE. When was the last time he was actually utilized?
He hasn't been for a bit, but he was used at Mania or around there for the Battle Royal. So no matter what, his 90 days wouldn't be up. Even if he got out, he would have 90 days no matter what. He was at the SmackDown before Mania. So again, he won't be, even if he got released the day after, he wouldn't be available again until end of June, early July.
We would also have to wait for him to figure out whatever identity crisis he would be going through at that
But yeah,
moment.
it's not him. I guarantee it. Again, it's not going to be Carl unless Carl got out of his WWE contract somehow, which I doubt he did because he still posts. He's still thirst trapping after you, thirsting after you, Mel, on your Instagram. So as his new guy. Oh, Carl, he's all following you. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to follow him and see what I'm talking about. But yeah, interesting match.
Yeah, it was a match. And then the Godzilla thing, I don't know who the fuck it's going to be. I think it's either going to be the one of the two guys on Excursion. It's probably what it is.
I personally, like I mentioned, I don't think Yu Uemura is quite ready. I think he's doing okay on Impact, and I think that he's under some pretty good guidance for the styling that he has there. Suji has been on a roll, going back and forth between, I think it was Rev Pro and CMLL.
Mm-hmm.
And the pictures that I see, the clips that I see from him on CMLL, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I'm surprised he's not back already. Probably because
Mm-hmm.
he's just having so much fun doing what it is that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, if Suji is coming back, that would probably be the video for it.
Let's
And if
hope
it
so.
is, fuck yeah, let's do it.
The Godzilla Wolf.
I mean, it would make about as much sense as Makabe's team, right?
Or the Grand Master. Fucking made no sense either. So we move on. 6-person tag match. LIJ's Bushi, Hiromu, and Naito taking on just 3 guys: Doki, Sanada, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru.
Mm-hmm.
Naito and Doki. I literally wrote Duki by accident. So I apologize, Mel. I almost said Dookie again, but getting to a brawl and they're trading shots. Just the two of them brawling. I want more. I want more from these two. I thought they're absolutely tremendous on the 27th together. I want more from Doki and Naito. 100%.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. That I would not argue about that match again either.
Yeah. I thought fairly good match back and forth. Doki looking strong. I think personally, out of this 3-man team in this match for just 3 guys, so just like guys team, I think Doki looked the best out of the 3 of them. Because again, Sanada was used sparingly in the match. Kanemaru was in there, but Kanemaru was Kanemaru. Nothing wrong with the guy. I just don't see the appeal for Kanemaru personally. Um, but again, I thought Doki did really, really good. Get the Doki Choki onto Naito
Mm-hmm.
again.
Okie
Really good.
dokie.
Kanemaru did get some get to come up and or got not come up, it's the domination onto Naito for a little bit in this. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little bit surprising in there. Usually you don't see the juniors dominating the heavyweights as much, but yeah,
Arguably, though, Doki is smaller than Kanemaru and did pretty decently against Naito.
true. Sonata's dropkick though. That rivals Okada's at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Not Kevin Knight's, but rivals
No.
Okada's.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Something I want to note actually in this, I've been noticing since Sanada has won the title, it's just he's got to be the quietest champion I think I've ever seen. Like, he's not. He seems like almost sometimes almost like an underwhelming member in his own group when he's the champion of the company. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's just because the company, the faction just started. They're still kind of feeling things out or like that. But like, I overwhelmingly feel like Tai Chi is a lot more charismatic than
hmm
Sonata, for
By
example.
far. By far, he
Yeah.
is far more
And I
charismatic.
feel like Doki is way more charismatic than Yoshinobu Kanemaru
hmm
and Takuma Chinoku. So it's
hmm
like it's interesting to
No,
see.
no, nobody's more charismatic than Taka. Choppy, choppy to pee pee. That's all I have to
Mm-mm,
say.
mm-mm. I can't get over the flasher persona. I can't get over that. Anyone who's going to be potentially flashing, nope, 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 nope. That's not charisma. That's just penis.
Fuck Mel. The pee pee.
But
But
yeah,
in the end,
this match was really really fun though. A lot of emotion with Hiromu against Sanada, coming
mm,
with their upcoming match. Um,
Miach.
match. What was the
Miach.
end there, Andre?
The end, skull. Sonata gets skull end on Bushi, but Naito ends up breaking it up and gets but Naito gets run out by Doki, and Doki gets the suicide dive onto Naito on the floor, like a rocket, like Bushi
Mm-hmm.
style rocket right there.
Mm-hmm.
Sonata then gets the skull end spin, but gets rolled up by Bushi for 2. But then he gets up and then he gets lifted up. He backflips over Bushi, like flips, like backdrop side, but lands on his feet onto him. Gets the skull in, gets the submission, and just 5 guys get the win.
It's interesting to see how Just 5 Guys like started and they were just losing, and now they're just winning. It's like the addition of Sanada was when they started winning, but like again,
they were beating House of Torture though.
I mean, no, only once, and I think that was Yoshinobu Kanemaru who actually got that win.
They got a couple wins, I thought, over House of Torture.
Before getting Sanada, though, I think they only had one.
I thought they had a couple. I could be wrong.
Regardless, it's not good. Like, it's not a good balance. Like, when the win is 1 or 2 versus 15 losses, it's not really a great kind of numberage to look at. But that being said, again, once they added the IWGP champion there, they've been seeing a lot of positive kind of feedback and wins there. You know, even if they aren't necessarily winning, they're in matches that people are talking about. I just wish they would get a better seamstress. That's all I want.
Yeah, but they got to keep the coats, so the coats look great.
No, why are they using Evil's hand-me-downs?
They made them look way better.
They did not. They did not. You couldn't even say that with a straight face.
No, I very much couldn't. No.
Oh, we should move on to the next match because I think you are very, very excited about this one. I feel like I might have to get out of Dodge for how excited you
are. No, this match, holy moly. Like, holy gosh darn
Give us the graphics, sir.
Oh, holy crap, this match was absolutely tremendous. Like, one of my favorite tag teams of all time, team game, and a team that's becoming one of my favorite tag teams in Aussie Open. Well, they are one of my favorite tag teams right now. They're getting into my top 5 tag teams of all time, I think, at some point. Dude, these guys absolutely just tore the house down. Like, holy shit.
The one sentence that I had to describe this thing was it was absolutely insane, and just when you thought the ride was over again, they started it.
Like, they started it again. Very much that. Like, the back and forth, the crazy dives, everything in this was just tremendous. And like, so much, dude. TMDK hit Coriolis at one point in this match. Like, they tried to bust out Thunder Valley in this match. Their finisher from when they were in WWE. And again, it's absolutely tremendous. Like, both these teams have such a cohesion with each other. And like, you look at Aussie Open, they've only been a team for a few years now. And then you look at TMDK, they were broken up for a few years because Nicholls left WWE and Shane decided to put a weird mask on his face.
You know, everyone critiques that thing. I think it could have been something great if they just had a better creative person and it didn't smell so freaking dementia-like ridden with Vince. They could have done something good with it. We digress. Tell us about this match.
But dude, everything in this match, like, just the intensity from all 4 guys was absolutely tremendous. Nicholls and Davis being the powerhouses of their team, just like bashing into each other. Haste and Fletcher just flying around and it's so hard to describe it because it's just so much good to this match. Team to get trading clotheslines in the corner, but then Aussie Open dodge, and then Team DK runs them again, and they pick them up and just run them into the center, hitting that spine busters into each other. Like, just the way they did it was really cool. The way they set it up. Haste, there's one point he's got Fletcher down, and he's working the heel of his boot in between the shoulder blades of Fletcher. Just like it looks so gosh darn painful and just mean when he did it. And Sorry, I'm just looking for something. I apologize. But yeah, it just such commitment to what each one of these guys does and how they work in here was just so good. Like just amazing put together match. There was a fucking tank buster onto the apron by
Mhm.
TMDK. Then they roll him back in and hit a tank buster on the Fletcher in the ring. But
Mhm.
Davis gets that desperation save. So
Mhm.
good. This is where TMDK tried to bust out Thunder Valley, but Fletcher reverses it into a double DDT. Looked so good. And Davis ends up clotheslining Nicholls to the floor. So they hit the Enziguri into the tombstone by Fletcher, and then Davis gets a like just a sit out pile driver to just a that was the face. Fletcher gets one to Nicholls, and then they hit the sandwich to both men from Team Decay in the ring. And then they do it again to Haste alone, and they hit him with Coriolis. Aussie Open retained the tag team titles in one of the best tag team matches I've watched this year.
Mhm.
Absolutely tremendous. These teams killed it.
Mhm.
Oh, like to me, 5 stars right here. Like these, like again, there's personal bias in it, but I thought this match was absolutely tremendous.
Now, this match was absolutely crazy. I knew you would have a lot to say on this one, so I just kind of took very skimming notes on it. The only things I noted, Davis and Nichols were hitting each other and everyone around them as hard as humanly possible. As you mentioned, they were just tanking the hell out of tanks.
Mhm.
Um, the real kind of MVP though in this match to me was Fletcher.
Mhm.
He really did come in on a whole other level. It's almost like he tapped into his leader's kind of energy there and just came in just flying all over the place. It was absolutely incredible to see his intensity, his energy, and how it contributed to the end of the match. The interesting stuff for me also came after the match, where Bishamon was making their way down to the ring. And Andre, I'm not going to lie, as soon as I saw them, I went, no,
Me
no,
too.
turn
Me too.
around, go back where you came from. Nobody wants to see that again. And then they got jumped by House of Torture. And again, I went, no, no one wants to see that either.
Yeah.
I don't know which is going to be the lesser of the two evils, pun intended. But um I when I thought about it afterwards and I had my done like had my little mini meltdown about it after Bishamon gets jumped by House of Torture, then Aussie Open gets jumped by House of Torture, then suddenly Catch 22 are down there, Cobb's down there, Hanari's down, everybody's down there. Um Good to see again United Empire supporting their crew. Just gonna point
Hmm.
out there. Um I
They're
don't
united.
Yeah, and like I think TMDK had already made their exit at that point, so they weren't really involved in the scuffle. But yeah, when I thought about it, when I really thought about it, Andre, it pains me and hurts like my existence a little bit to say this, but I think I would rather see House of Torture taking on Aussie Open than Bishamon, only for the sake of story, not for the
Nope.
sake of the wrestling, because I feel the wrestling would be better with Bishamon. Matter of personal opinion. Stop shaking your head.
My
Um,
personal opinion is I don't want to
I'm
see
not done.
them near it.
I'm
Ugh.
not done. Only for the story would I personally see House of Torture, because House of Torture, as much of torture as they are obnoxiously good at adding a different level of heel dynamic to something that is as good and charismatic and entertaining as Aussie Open. I feel that they could actually put some good promos together if they actually do some. I don't know where promos are going nowadays, but they help. They help. Fletcher Davis could put out some amazing promos. Freaking Evil and whoever the is it Yujiro? I'm going to assume could put out some great shit. They could have some great matches leading up to it, and some great feuds with the other House of Torture members, with Catch 22, for example, or even it'd be funnier to see Fletcher Davis, Cobb, and O'Con in there throwing around Dick Togo and Show. I mean, come on. 4 absolute powerhouses against 2 powerhouses and 2 juniors?
I'm down for that.
Yeah. So like it's not ideal. It is not ideal for us as fans. But when it comes
Not
down
even
to it,
close.
it's like, would we rather have the same boring run that we have with Bishamon and Yoshi-Hashi just screaming at everything? Or do we want an actual story that we know is going to end up with House of Torture losing, but still having an interesting story?
The only problem I have with that is Gato's insane, and he might just give the belts to House of Torture because Gato has made some weird ass decisions. He gave Evil a title for one.
Yeah, but he's not been allowed to really do it since, except for
Yeah,
those
but
6-man
but
tags.
again,
Because I think
Gato
even
has
NJPW saw the mistake.
yeah, but Gato has a weird hard on for Evil and House of Torture, and that scares me. But those guys anywhere near the tag team titles, I'm scared that Gato makes a stupid decision and puts the belts on them.
Let's hope that he's distracted enough with David Finlay, Clark Connors, and the Super Juniors in this that it's a thing that falls to someone else.
Let's hope. We can hope, but I don't know. We move on to the main event of the evening. This was a New Japan Pro Wrestling, King of Pro Wrestling, Takagi style triad match between Shingo Takagi and Taichi. The way to the win is competitors must score any of the 3 of pinfall, submission, countout, knockout, or stoppage, or referee stoppage. Yeah, this would have been great if it was under 30 minutes, but it was 43 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, it was far too long.
Yeah, and I watched this at 1.5 times speed, so it was like 32-ish minutes, I think. And I still thought it was goddamn long.
It was very long. It was very
Yeah.
long.
Like, I thought these two did well in the match. Not that neither one did bad. They both were selling like crazy. They both were doing great stuff, but it was just holy crap, man.
It was a lot. I mean, the in-ring performance, as you said, that they did was incredible. I mean, Shingo almost catching Taichi with a Gato clutch, and catching him with his own interesting little.
The ground cobra.
Is that what that is? Yeah, I called it the twisty thing.
It's literally a cobra twist that you pull to the ground and turn it into a pin.
Okay. See,
So the
when he's
ground
transitioned
cobra.
into that, I didn't know what he was doing. I was just like, it's a twisty thing. We're gonna go with twisty thing.
Yeah.
Taichi
yeah.
following up with his own Gato clutch, though.
Mm-hmm. So we'll pull it in here. So I'll go through the 5 finishes that came in this match because you had to score 3. So it is a best of 5. Taichi gets a Gato clutch, but gets reversed by Takagi, who gets 2, and then he gets the ground cobra and gets his first pin of the match. And then Taichi gets in a count of 19 after a sick death belly driver on the apron. It did look brutal, and gets to the Gato clutch. Reverses Takagi, gets the Gato clutch, and gets his pinfall of the match. So now neither man can get a pinfall after this. So you only have the 4 other options you can get. So more brawling, more fighting. Taichi takes off the pants. I haven't seen that done in a while. He gets the pants off. Taichi gets I'm just gonna call it an air raid crash, the one from behind the back. It gets to his
Black
feet.
Mephisto.
Black Mephisto, that's it. I could not remember. I didn't have Kevin Kelly telling me because there's no English commentary for this one.
Oh, I still had Japanese commentary and I even got it.
Oh, I missed it. I missed it obviously with the 1.5 speed. But he gets Black Mephisto, and Taichi gets to this. They both are trying to get to their feet, and Takagi can't. So Taichi gets his KO, which is considered the knockout of the match. So they brawl some more. Takagi unloads with lariats, hits the backdrop, reverses the backdrop, hits a CR2 power bomb. as I'm going to call it, because I know there's another name for it, but it looks like the CR, like Phantasmal CR2, but then dropped into a power bomb and hits a pumping bomber. He hits another lariat to the back of the head and hits Last of the Dragon. And then Takagi gets to his feet and Taichi can't. So the ref gets a 10 and Takagi scores his KO. So now neither man can get a count out in the ring, which is the guy laying down for 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go back and then they're just unloading on each other, kicks to the head, pumping bombers, lariats, brawling, punches, everything. Like it was good, but again, I was getting very tired at this point because we're like good ways into this point. The end of the match comes, Enziguri by Taichi, but a couple of Enziguris by Taichi, but Takagi blocks the third one. But then he gets hit with an Enziguri when he's going for the pumping bomber. Taichi applies the Dragon Sleeper, and Hiromu gets up on the apron, getting ready to throw the towel in. And the towel spot's already happened earlier with Kanemaru, but Kanemaru was told to stop and not throw it in. Mm-hmm. So then he starts cheering, "Come on, Takagi!" And then the ref tells him to get off the apron. The ref goes back. So it kind of got weirdly anticlimactic here. Ref just goes back, checks Takagi, and just stands up and rings the bell. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I did the way they were doing it.
It was played very improperly.
Yeah, if the ref would have never went to tell Hiromu to get off the apron, I think it would have been fine. If the ref had been here the whole time, just going no, and then just like okay, and then calling it there, sure. But I think it was the ref pulling himself away is what really did it for me.
And at that point, you could already see the drool coming out of Takagi's mouth. So it was very obvious that the match should have been actually ended before that point. I actually did find, and this is really weird for me to say because I'm usually very, support your faction, support your teammates. I actually found Just Five Guys in LIJ, though nice to see LIJ at ringside actually supporting a team member.
Wow.
I found it very distracting. And almost a not necessary part of the match. If they had the towel spots happen still, but had it a more sense of urgency, Taichi's in his move and Kanemaru comes running down from the back oh my god, no, this is my friend, he's going to die, or whatever it is that they're screaming at each other. I feel that probably would have been a lot better, but just having Naito, Hiromu, Bushi at ringside, and then Sanada, Doki, and Kanemaru, all in the other corner. It felt like too much. There was too much going on. There was too much for me to pay attention to, and everyone was doing something at some point. When Kanemaru was up on the apron going, "Oh, should I throw in the towel? Should I throw in the towel? Should I throw in the towel?" Sanada's sitting there going, "No, no," in his underwhelming way. And Doki sitting there no. It was too much. There was a lot going on, and it started to distract me from what was actually happening. But then, as you said, at the end, it was just kind of what happened? It definitely felt underwhelming.
Yeah, and he had him in the Dragon Sleeper for a good bit too.
Very long time.
Yeah. So again, I thought it was a good match overall. Just I was getting quite tired. I was getting quite why is this continuing to go? Yeah. Like I said, 43 minutes, 40 seconds. That's way too long. If this had gone if this had done the 30-32 that Hiromu had done the 2 nights before, I think I would have been a much better okay with 32. But 43 was just insane. But again, good match. It just ain't gonna make no list for me. I'll tell you that right now.
No, sir, it's not.
So before we go, I want we're going to talk about the matches coming up at Wrestling Dontaku 2023. Just the 5 title matches I want to highlight. The undercard we're not going to worry about, but the 5 title matches. So we kick it off. The first 5 matches is going to be a strong openweight championship. Kenta versus Hikuleo. I'm going with Kenta because I think his run has been really good so far, and I don't see Hikuleo taking that title.
I have to agree. As much as I've enjoyed the Hickey Man and his improvements over the last little while. Kent has worked far too hard over the last number of years to gain a championship. I think he's going to hang on to this one for a while.
Yeah, me too. So we're going to move from there to the World Television title. Now, I'm going to say this in personal position. I want Zack Sabre Jr. to retain, but I could see them having Cobb beat him. The Sabres had a great run, but imagine what that would do for Cobb going forward. That's all I'm saying. But I want Sabre to win.
I'm a big fan of Cobb. I mean, I really enjoy his style. The speed and flexibility that he has at his size is unreal. I just don't see him being able to what's the word?
Unseat?
Well, no, I don't see him being able to outsmart Zack Sabre Jr.'s wrestling. As smart as Jeff Cobb is with his wrestling, I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. seems to usually always have an answer for everything. That being said, though, Zack Sabre Jr. does have a tendency to let that knowledge go to his head, quite literally, and sometimes he'll start to wrestle a little arrogantly. And when he starts to wrestle arrogantly against someone like Jeff Cobb, that's that fuel for him. He will wreck your day. So if Zack Sabre Jr. goes into this match not antagonizing the beast that is Jeff Cobb, he might have. I feel that he will retain. But if he goes into this beacon off at Jeff Cobb, there's a very, very high chance that Cobb will unseat him as the champion.
Yeah, that's very possible. And we get the six-man tag team titles. It is Strong Styles, Despy, El Desperado, Ren Narita, and I almost said Suzuki. Minoru Suzuki. If they brought Suzuki in to replace Minoru Suzuki, I would be just fine with that.
Yes.
She's brutal as fuck.
Yes,
versus the team of Okada, Ishii, and has been announced Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Because could you imagine Hiroshi Tanahashi trying to take that pop shot that he took at Micah on Suzuki?
Oh, yeah.
She would turn around and do the Suzuki laugh before wrecking his day. I would love that. Now I want a different match.
I'm going to say it right now.
Damn it, Andre.
Yeah, I'm going to say it right now. I want Strong Style to retain.
I agree. I don't see.
Will they? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I want them to retain.
I feel that there's no benefit to having those titles on Okada, Ishii, or Tanahashi right now. I don't feel that there's any building that can happen. I don't feel that there's anything that it could happen, like any positivity that it could have for the company. I think that the titles are where they should be, and that leaving them on Strong Style is only going to add, what's the word? Importance to the never open 6-man championships.
Yep, because it needs to be rehabbed. And it can't become a hot potato title again.
No, it cannot. Yeah. Unless you're hitting people with them.
Yeah. And then we get the never open weight championship. It's Tamatanga versus the very questionable looking David Finlay.
That's the same image that has been on all of these things, and I'm like, it does not look like him.
No, it looks weird, but yeah,
the eyebrow is too up there.
Yeah, looks painted on. You're right, but I'm going with David Finlay to win.
Interesting. Interesting. To be honest, like we haven't seen Tama for a hot minute. He has been kind of not really in the forefront of the company right now, and being the never open weight champion, you would think you'd be flaunting that a little bit more, and he's been pretty quiet, whereas David Finlay, he's kind of I don't want to say new hotness, but it kind of seems like he's getting a push right now, and he's been very loud, very loud, obnoxiously loud, and that's what you got to do when you're in Bullet Club and when you're the leader of the Bullet Club, right? So I'm using this loosely because, like, we'll see.
Leader.
Leader. he's obviously the leader of this particular faction in which he's heading, which I'm going to assume right now involves Kenta, Ishimori Taiji, and I believe Chase Owens, and Gato, obviously. But yeah, we'll see how that kind of goes.
And Clark
I
Connors.
love Tama, and I love Tama's music. It's like one of my best gym get me hyped to work out because I hate doing legs kind of song. But it hasn't been played enough, and I feel like the new hotness is probably going to take it.
Mm-hmm. And then we get to our main event, or the main event of the evening. It's the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
What?
Sanada defending against the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, Hiromu Takahashi. The freaking eye thing on
The
his
jacket is just throwing me right off.
yeah, and it's over top the logo and everything. And I was like, is that a mistake? And then I realized, oh no, it's actually the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
as much as I would love to see Hiromu Takahashi hold the heavyweight and the junior heavyweight title at the same time, there is no flipping way they're taking the belt off of Sanada in less than a month.
No, especially
No.
to Hiromu. I mean, I love
Yeah.
Hiromu, and Hiromu is one of their big guys in the company, but no. Despite Sanada looking like a freaking waterbender in that outfit, my goodness, you're an extra on Avatar, my friend.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that.
Oh, you should watch it. You would like it. Mark Hamill is in it. Just saying, Mark Hamill is in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, eh, yeah, I don't see Hiromu picking up a win here. I do see him working his ass off though. These are two longtime friends, and Hiromu, as I mentioned, very much so taking his interactions in the ring with Sanada very personally. Um, so I feel like this is going to be a really, really great match, but unfortunately, I don't see Hiromu coming up on top of this one.
Yeah, I just think it's definitely not time, and I think it kind of went to this match too early, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Don't they
because
usually have a champion versus champion around this time?
it's usually at the anniversary show in March.
Well, they missed it. A little late.
Yeah, we're kind of getting it, but not in the way we usually do. Because it's usually a champion versus champion, but not for a title. Usually just like an exhibition between the two of them. Usually,
Mm-hmm.
so again, I think they went to this too early because again, you especially with them still holding the junior title, there's no way you're putting the heavyweight title on the guy who's still holding the junior title.
No.
It's just not going to happen. And again,
No.
if this
That
was
would not
like
make
just
sense.
if this is a straight up anniversary match, I could see Hiromu taking it just to get that cheeky win, like
Yeah, the spot.
sneakily. But
Yeah.
it's not. It's for the title, and that's not going to have it. It's
Mhm.
just not.
He can dream big though, and have multiple eyes for that dreaming.
It's got all those eyes to dream with. But
Oh.
we have come to the end of the show. Want to thank all of you again for watching, liking, subscribing to the channel, getting us to 100. We really do appreciate that. Please leave your comments down below. We love hearing from all of you, all the great stuff you've been sending us. But I want to give one big, giant shout out to our boy, Mike the Rep, over at Backbreaker Video, twitch.tv/Mike the Rep for all his live content. You get to see him live doing his gaming, his watch alongs, all the great stuff there. Check out his gaming content rebroadcasted over at youtube.com/@backbreaker_gaming. All the great stuff from him, PJC, Rick Jules, all the great stuff over there. And then if you might be watching us on Backbreaker Video, if you're not, go check it out. Lots of great content, lots of great wrestling content over there at youtube.com/@backbreakervideo. But if you are watching us over there, please check us out at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube at youtube.com/@Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, ladies and gentlemen.
And my friend, if they're wanting to follow you on social media, where are they gonna find you?
Well, just scroll across the bottom. You can find me at Twitter, Mastodon, and hi at that Canada guy. Instagram at that Canada dude. I do own that Canada guy thing on Instagram, but I didn't realize I did, and I was using the other one, and I'm crazy.
Because you're not you like chaos, right? You.
I love chaos.
I thought you were a United Empire guy.
I love
Clearly.
chaos, not chaos.
You like the namesake, not the faction.
Yes.
And if you're wanting to follow a Melball on social media, you can follow her at Collins Melball on Twitter and at Melball Collins on Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Facebook. You can also catch myself and Andre on Andre Melball's Wrestling Talk Facebook fan page, where both of us, mostly Andre now, is posting on but all of our pictures, articles, stuff of our launches of our vehicles, videos. My goodness, it is late in this day. Oh my goodness. Andre, you have some content coming out over the next couple of weeks on our local establishment. Why don't you tell us about that?
Marvel Talk this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Come check it out. I don't have a time, but it will be on this Sunday on our local establishment in the afternoon. That's all I know. Myself, Oleg, and one guest for sure. I think we might be having another. We're going to be talking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It all comes to an end here for the Guardians, ladies and gentlemen. It's the end of the road for James Gunn in the MCU. I'm so excited for this movie. I'm going to see it on Thursday, May 4th, Star Wars Day, with my buddy Zach from work. I am so excited. This movie is the trailers make me cry. I know I'm gonna cry like a bitch in this movie.
Is that the trailer where you see Rocket in a cage talking to an otter?
And the one where
Oh,
you got,
yeah.
and the one where you have Star Lord screaming and crying and like in this like somebody's dying kind of thing. So like that makes me go. So this movie's gonna make me cry, and I'm so excited to watch it.
Is
By the
this
time you've
also
seen
the
it, I
one
will have
where
already watched
Nebula
it.
is trying to get into the car?
I don't know.
She like has to push down the knob and he's in the car. You'll see it. Anyway. Well, we got Marvel Talk coming out for Andre and for myself on our local establishment. Oh no, on our local establishment. You're gonna have Paramindful coming out next Monday. We're gonna be talking about some spooky ooky-ish, some haunted locations. You want to check that out. And also you can catch this lady on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel, where on Friday we are going to be talking about some ladies wrestling showcase. So we're going to be talking about the ladies. We're going to be talking about Mercedes Moné in particular, her title match against Mayu Iwatani and her now entrance into the NJPW Strong Women's Championship tournament, which also features a lady named Stephanie, who I don't remember her. I think it's Valkyrie from CMLL, as well as Willow Nightingale from AEW, and the beautiful, the talented Momokogo. We just love saying her name, Momokogo, from the Stars faction of Stardom. You want to check that out. We're going to have so much fun talking about that. And that being said, my friend, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
I just want to say thank you all so much for all the great support you give us, getting us to 100. We're trying. We want to get to 200 now. So please like, subscribe, share us out. We really would appreciate it. And thank you all so much for tuning in.
Mm-hmm. And that being said, I am your Melba. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time. Adios.